Today's episode of The Mom Game is brought to you by our friends at Gateway Buick GMC at LBJ and Jupiter. I know that buying a car can be stressful, but not at Gateway, because their slogan is, Gateway's got it. And just what does that mean? Well, it means Gateway's got a wide selection of new Buicks, GMCs, and GM-certified used vehicles, all competitively priced. Gateway's got it. In these busy times, you want a car dealer who makes things easy and convenient. Well, guess what? Gateway's got it. When you log on to gatewaybuickgmc.com, click on the Shop, Click, Drive button. This allows you to shop from the comfort of your home, and who doesn't want that? In fact, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. 1, select your vehicle. 2, create your offer. And 3, schedule your delivery. And on top of all this, Gateway Buick GMC offers complimentary car washes for life. So when you want a dealer who has it all, Gateway's got it. You can find them online at gatewaybuickgmc.com or shop in person at LBJ and Jupiter. GMC, we are professional grade. Experience the new Buick. And welcome to episode 108 of The Mom Game. I am Emily Jones in Toronto, Canada.
Wow.
She is Julie Dobbs in studio in DFW.
I am.
And Julie, it's happening.
It's happening.
Baseball season is happening, and I am back on the road.
You are. Is this our first international Mom Game episode?
This is.
I mean, we're really going big. The mom game worldwide. Here we come. I like it.
That way, Julie, but I like it.
I know. In Toronto, the hotel rooms look just like they do here.
Just like it.
Yeah.
Just like it. You know what? I'm going to turn it around. This is probably going to mess everything up. But here's my view from my hotel room.
Oh, that's cool.
So you can see. There's
that's
Toronto.
pretty. That's a nice view. You must be important. They gave you a good room.
Ballpark somewhere. Over there, somewhere.
It doesn't matter.
There it is. There's the Rogers
Just
Center.
follow somebody when you walk over there. Yeah. That's what I do.
Yeah, I already got lost in Toronto. Went on a run this morning.
Okay. How'd that go?
Got lost. Kind of my, favorite thing to do. Just get lost and then have to use my maps to find my way back to the hotel.
Okay.
So, yeah, but it's good.
Okay. So you're there, and prior to that, you were in Arizona for a while.
Yeah, a while. Yeah.
How did all that go?
So it was okay. It was good. Thrilled to be back, back in the clubhouse, back to some sort of normalcy. I took Henry, my nephew met us there, and my mom to spring training for the first few days. Had a great time. And so you didn't, when I had family there, it didn't seem so lonely and long because this is a 2-week trip. But once they left, it was like, oh shit, I'll have like 10 more days.
That's a long time.
I'm glad to have that part of the trip over with. That was definitely the longest part of it. And so to be here, this means we're about to start the season. My next stop is home. And so I'm excited about that, but it's been good. I mean, not without incident, of course, like shit going down at home.
Everything okay?
The dog getting out, the alarm going off, kids calling me crying.
Oh.
Yeah, Hattie called me one night bawling and was like, Mommy, this is too long.
Oh,
it's just too long for you to be gone. And then I'm just like bawling in the dugout, just
Em.
It's going to be fine.
Like,
because it just...
while you were working?
Well, yes. I mean, but I tell them, call me anytime. Always call me anytime.
Of course.
But it's just, I'm not used to that.
What did the guys think of your waterworks in the dugout?
I know. And how well that went over. Like, I just got to bury my head. Like,
high level stuff here. Top secret.
Right.
No one listen. No one look. Oh, well, that's hard. That's a lot emotionally and physically, yeah. I feel like, because you're traveling a lot, you're flying a lot. The time change, I know, is messing with you some. And then to have the family stuff that you're worrying about, too.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
So, you know what it's like to have a husband that travels. I mean, Kelly's gone. I mean, he was just gone for basically the entire month of March.
Yeah, pretty much.
And that's hard. I mean, it's hard to be by yourself, with the kids and manage everything. But also too, what I've learned, I mean, because Mike travels some and, whatever, and it is hard single parenting, but also too, like it's hard to be the one that's away because you feel guilty. You're helpless to an extent because there's only so much you can do. I mean, basically I send out the text every night, this is ride your bike to school, don't ride your bike. This is who's picking who up and who's taking who to practice and who's doing this. And then basically it's like, well, shit's got to play out, and then the weather and all that stuff. I'm like, oh, it's
we had that bad storm.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And Hattie was supposed to have her first game, which I was super sad to miss. Well, they canceled the game or postpone it. And I text Mike, game canceled. Okay.
Yeah. Cause you're getting all the info still about everything.
Yes. Cause I'm the coach of the Dirt Divas.
Oh, right. You are the coach.
And so I text him and we're texting about other stuff. And I just was like, game canceled. And so then we continue on about our day, everything else. I assumed he would let our family know that the Dirt Divas season opener was not taking place. No. In fact, not only did he not let family know, he thought I was telling him that the Rangers spring training game had been canceled.
Oh, dear.
So he goes to the field.
Oh,
and
no.
then I get the text. I'm the only one here. I did not know we didn't have a game.
No.
I literally texted you at 2:30 and said game canceled. And he said, I thought you were talking about your game. And I'm like, why would you effing care if my Rangers spring training game got canceled? I would not share that with you.
And why would that get canceled?
Why would it be canceled? And then I get the text from my sister-in-law. Thanks for letting us know about the game. Nettie and I came out here. And I'm like, fuck.
Well, I tried.
I know.
It's just one of those things, like that's an example of one of the things that moms do that I don't think dads even think about or realize, like not trying to nag on them or whatever. But like the fact that you are in charge of not only intaking that information, but then relaying it out to anybody else that might be coming to that game. Like that just didn't go through his mind, because they don't think about that kind of thing. I was thinking about it last night as I was like, doing this and then doing that and then trying to manage this and then registering writer for next year and all this stuff. And I was like, I just wonder if Kelly has any idea, like all of the stuff that I'm doing. And it's not like we tell him every second, like, guess what I'm doing right now? Guess what I just did today? Guess what I did?
That's what we should do.
Maybe we should take a list.
Start, like a daily log of like, all the rando shit I've done today for the benefit of our family.
Yes. Well, I was thinking about how funny it would be if like one day I would not that sounded morbid. If one day I was just gone, not like that. And that
hilarious.
That wouldn't be funny. That wouldn't be funny. But it's like you're talking about. It's just all the things that we're always doing that really only we know. Like we only know what we're doing. And we only know how to do it.
And I don't,
so it's hard.
And on the surface, it doesn't seem that impressive, right? Like, it's like,
no, it's not like,
congratulations, you signed your kid up for a camp. Way to go. But like, it's the whole, everything that goes into it, the organizing of the calendar and figuring out, all the stuff. It's like, so we're having our school auction this weekend and I'm not going to be there for it.
Good.
And part of the auction is bidding on like teacher for a day or, the incoming third grade girls swim party, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So I'm not going to be there. And so I'm trying to figure out last night when I got back to when we got to Toronto, I get in at like 2 a.m. And I start going through this program and like figuring out which, it's like a 80-page program. And I'm like scouring through to figure out what I need to bid on for my kids for this, school shit.
I know.
But so little stuff like that.
I know.
That like, if I don't do it, then they're going to be like, well, why didn't I get to go?
Right. Because the way it is now, it's not like I almost was going to say, oh, well, can you just take a year off? But then it's like, no, because then they have all these parties and they have things that they're left out of if you take a year off of the auction. Right? It's like, that's what ours is doing. It's like the kindergarten boys party, the kindergarten girls party.
Right. And it's not like I'm like carte blanche, like whatever you want, I'll pay $800 for you to be teaching for a day or whatever. But I'd say like, give me your top three, your top three things you want. I'll do my best to get them. If it gets, out of bonkers, whatever, we'll have a, backup or whatever. But anyway, but it's just like you think about that, like what goes into that. Like I'm going to have to get on FaceTime with them today after school and be like, okay, let's talk about this. Let's go through your top three choices of what, this crap to bid on at the auction. And it's not crap. It's very important. But anyway, I mean, it's important to our school.
Yes, I get it. Yeah.
Parties aren't that important. But anyway, whatever. So yeah,
that's just one more thing. So that was like at 2 a.m. after your long ass flight.
And I did, Julie, I will tell you this. And you know about I told you, we texted on the flight last night.
Yeah.
And I was telling you about like, my eating window was closed, blah, blah,
You
blah.
didn't get a cookie. Yeah.
I didn't get a cookie because my eating window was closed. But I will tell you, I was wide awake when we got to the hotel and I was starving. And I ordered a cheeseburger and truffle fries.
Are you serious?
At 2 a.m. Because so we get to our room and they have this. Like they have a special,
like a late night snack menu.
A late night menu.
Hell yeah!
It's almost like it's just for us. Like
oh my
gosh,
so
special.
Well, you probably feel like you kind of need to order something.
Julie.
Yeah, like let's see if this really works.
Yeah, the MLB sports menu. I mean, it's hot.
Tell us about it. What does it have?
Julie, you don't want. My bill was $75
last night for a cheeseburger.
I have my own wine. It's not like I ordered wine at 2 a.m. Like it was $75
oh my God.
For a burger.
Why was it $75?
I don't know. And I feel like I should dispute the charge because it says on here it should only be $48.
Well, yeah, something's off. $30 extra for the truffle.
It might have been an upgrade for the truffle fries.
Or late night service charge.
Late night and then
it's like Uber.
And then when the waiter's there or the delivery guy and he's being so nice and he's working at the wee hours of the morning, the gratuity's already included, but they put that little thing in there for a little extra tip. That extra tip,
it's everywhere these days. Everywhere.
Yeah.
Like you go
and
buy.
I'm like, he's already getting 20% gratuity, but I feel like an a-hole if I don't give him a little bit more. So I did. So
yeah, that little extra tip line has been
5 spots. So anyway, I won't be eating the rest of the time I'm here because I don't have any money.
You spent all your money on your cheeseburger.
On my burger. And it came with double meat. I don't even like double meat, but so I just took one patty off.
I've never attempted double meat.
On it. It was a really good burger though, but
yeah, that's insane though.
Yeah, it was. So not only I don't eat late night. That's just not what I do.
Yeah.
But so not only did I do that, but I paid $75 for a burger and some truffle fries.
Oh my God. Just to add insult to injury.
Yeah.
It was like, here I am. I'm in a weak, vulnerable moment. I've got to order at 2 a.m. and then you're going to slap me in the face with that bill. Thank you. Oh man. Okay. So it's been a rocky road.
It's been I'm on the downhill side though. I sent my kids Tiff's treats yesterday. Speaking of, they should be a sponsor of the Mom Game.
Yeah, they should. I know.
I'm a frequent
because you've sent me Tiff's treats a couple times. I think we sent you Uber or we sent you one of the meal delivery.
Yeah.
We didn't send you Tiff treats.
No, but so the kid, just something little to like,
Yeah. Who's an investor is Andy Roddick and Brooklyn Decker. And we've been trying to get Andy on the show and that could be our in.
You have been trying.
I tweeted at him.
Andy Roddick on the show.
I've been courting Andy Roddick since I was about 13 years old, one way or another. And now I'm married. And as close as I can get to anything else is to have him on my podcast. So
when you call, that's so funny. That's such a great story of how you just called Andy Roddick.
Yeah. I called information to get his number when I was in Austin, living in Austin. They're investors in Tiff's treats. So there you go. There's our partnership.
Okay.
I'm sure they're desperate for our partnership.
Andy, if you're listening, please reach out to your people at Tiff's Treats and tell them y'all want to be a sponsor of the Mom Game. And you please just come on so we can see the awkward interaction between Julie and Andy.
I would be terrible and awkward, but it'd be fun. He just had that funny tweet though about dad life. That I retweeted from our Mom Game Twitter account, but he's going through it all too, being basically stay-at-home dad after being a tennis player. So he's a perfect guest for us.
He would be. He would be.
Okay,
holler at your girls, Andy. Holler at your girls.
Holler at us. So Toronto hotel, and you've got 2 days off now?
Yeah, so off day today. So we're recording on Wednesday. Off day Wednesday. Workout day Thursday. So I'll go to the workout. And then opening day Friday. And, we've already seen, well, you know what, Julie, let's get to sports.
Yeah.
We have lots of sports.
Are we getting there? Let's get there.
Let's get there. Sports Scores today brought to you by
our friends at Bayard. Our friends at Baird bringing you this segment, and they've now been with us for about a month or so, and we're so happy to have them. So, Emily, one of the things that they just want to make sure that women are thinking about all of the time and that you have a plan for is your retirement, how expensive it'll be, and how you get prepared for it.
Yeah. And, 60% of women do not expect their money to last throughout their lifetime, which is a little scary. And 62% are worried that they won't be able to maintain their current lifestyle in retirement. And isn't that really what we all want? Like, we work our asses off.
Yeah, you want to be able to order those $75 cheeseburgers as long as you live. Yes, like, I don't want to have to worry about not ordering the $75 cheeseburger if I want it.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And so that's why we work so hard, is we want to be able to enjoy life after career. And women usually live longer than men, but generally save less and often have greater expenses in retirement, like $75 cheeseburgers. And so as women, there are things we can do to get the retirement we want.
That is correct. Baird is here to help you. They can help with their new women's retirement guide. It is available at women@baird.com. That is women@BAIRD.com. You can start planning for your retirement today.
All right, sports.
So let's start with the Rangers.
Yeah, let's start with baseball. So, okay, I just showed you the lovely Rogers Center, which I'm looking at right now here in Toronto.
Did you know the Maple Leafs are the Maple Leafs are in town here to play the Stars tomorrow night. So it's like very full circle there for us.
And I think the 76ers are here too, because I saw an extremely tall man wearing a 76ers hoodie.
Oh, nice.
Am I stereotyping because he was really tall and he was wearing a 76 jersey?
I feel like no. I feel like all of the clues. Safe assumption? All of the clues are adding up, especially since you're traveling with the team. I bet you guys all stay around the same places.
Yes, I think this hotel is a pretty popular destination this is where we've always stayed, and I actually haven't been here since 2012, so it's been 10 years since I've been here. But this hotel's great, and it's walking distance to the Rogers Center. It's fantastic. I love Toronto. I think Toronto's a great city.
Yeah, I haven't been.
You haven't?
No.
Oh, you should come. You want to come? I got a hotel room.
You do? Yeah. I'll come on.
So, but what we've seen already. So, like I said, record on Wednesday. This show will air on Thursday. Already 2 games have been canceled in Major League Baseball. 2, opening day games have already been banged because of weather.
Okay.
In Minnesota and in New York.
Wow.
So both of those games have been canceled. So
what is going on there with the weather? What's happening?
I think there's like snow in Minnesota and like just brutal weather in New York.
Okay.
So I think they were just trying to get ahead of it. And, because it's opening day, there's a lot of adjustments that have to be made. And so all those got pushed back to Friday. Those two games did, which is crazy. I mean, and I'm thankful for that I showed you the lovely Rogers Center, and there is a retractable roof on that puppy. And so we do not have to worry about any sort of postponements or cancellations in that regard. So that's because I think I might lose my shit if they were like,
oh my gosh,
you got to stay an extra day or whatever. I think.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if you were going to say weather or COVID because
you know what though? Okay. So I was really curious about this. If there would be, lots of masks and that no one's asked me. I mean, granted, I haven't been here very long, but it's not like super prevalent. It seems very, very normal, which I don't know what I was expecting, but.
Well, because Canada had it was just a little different up there the whole time, but maybe now they're relaxing a bit.
Yeah. And so, you know what else? As I was noticing on my run this morning, a lot of people burn heaters here a lot, like lung darts, skigs, cigarettes.
Yeah.
Lots of smoking. I mean, not that there's anything wrong. I mean, whatever, do you. But I just was like, I don't know. I just felt like it was more prevalent than I'm used to when I go on.
But but it's probably more prevalent up in New York too, compared to Texas.
Probably.
It's the same idea, because Toronto's just up further north than that, right? So I don't know if that'd be a Canada thing or an East Coast thing.
Okay.
Like big city thing. I don't know. Big city, East Coast. I don't know. The stress.
I don't know. Okay. All right.
Maybe.
I'll do some research on that. But
that's one thing that I've never, I tried a cigarette once when I was 16 at a Dave Matthews concert, and
Oh yeah.
That was the only time I've ever smoked a cigarette. It was so gross. It's just not my thing.
Listen, girl, I used to burn the skigs.
Yeah. Well,
I was a smoker back in the day.
Yeah. About the same time as the Mercedes or prior to that?
So during that golden time in my life.
I love that, Emily. I'm sad I didn't know her.
And drinking Colorado Bulldogs and
at the WinStar. I love it. And you know what? The people loved the Gambling Emily clip too.
Oh my gosh. You know what people have responded to me with is like, I can't believe you talked about that. And I was like, I don't care.
Why not? Yeah.
What do you want me to pretend like I've had this pristine past where I like made all the right decisions and did all the right things and
right. And it's not like you're doing anything that bad. It's not like
right. Oh yeah. I mean, it's not like, oh, remember when I was 20 and I murdered a dude? I
don't know why I laughed so hard at that. Sorry. Yeah, exactly. It's nothing like that. It's just a little gambling addiction.
Yeah, just a little gambling and financial irresponsibility, all that kind of stuff.
I think a lot of people are still trying to figure out how to manage finances. So,
yeah. Okay, so Rangers excited.
Yes.
Here we go.
Okay, so all of that is like off-field kind of stuff. So when it comes to on the field, what have you seen? How are you feeling about this team?
So I'm super stoked. Obviously, this is the best roster we've had in quite some time. Marcus Semien and Corey Seager are huge additions. Established players, fantastic leaders, teammates, tone setter guys. Like they're tremendous. I got a chance to get to know Mitch Garver a little bit, our new catcher. He's awesome. And you talk about guys like Cole Calhoun. I mean, he's been around a long time and can still bring it and be a consistent player. Nathaniel Lowe, like I feel like we have a really good lineup and a really good roster. Offensively, pitching wise, that's where the big question marks come in. The starting rotation has the potential to be really good, but it's also very unproven outside of John Gray, who is the opening day starter. Everybody else has not proven themselves at the major league level.
Yeah.
But I will say this, being back in the clubhouse, being around the guys, they're, and I'm not saying I've covered a bunch of a-holes, but they're a good group of dudes.
Good.
And they really do seem to be excited about the potential, kind of what we're building here. And so I'm really, really stoked for it. I'm excited for the season. And I think we're going to be better than people expect. I think people oftentimes look at okay, what was your win total from last year? How many games can you improve? Even if we improve 15 games, that's still a losing record, blah, blah, blah. I think this team has the potential to improve dramatically. And I'm talking 25 to 30 games. And listen, and I'm a sunshine pumper sometimes because I'm super optimistic in the beginning of the season. And so
well, yeah, we have no reason not to be right now.
Right. Yeah. And I'm wearing my rose colored glasses or whatever, and that's fine. But I'm saying, I don't feel like with confidence I could say that last year. And this year I can say it with definitely way more confidence than if I would have said it last season. So I'm excited. I'm excited for baseball. I'm excited to get, kind of back in the groove. I'm excited to get this road trip behind me because it's the longest one by far of the season for me, and to kind of, check that off the list and then get back home and get in a rhythm.
Get in a groove of kind of
sure.
you're used to. Is there anybody you've gotten to know like a little better than anybody else as far as the new players? Have you talked to Seager, Semien much? What are they like?
So I will say this: Seager and Semien are very business. They're very
because they've been around the block. They're
they're there to do a job. There's not much yucking it up.
Not yet.
And I think
Emily Jones will get to them.
For me, it's but then you look at a guy like Mitch Garver, super, he's engaging right away. Real easy to talk to. And I'm not saying those guys aren't, but you can just tell it's just
they're feeling things out.
Well, and when you get, when you're the big fish, these are huge acquisitions for us, the biggest in a really long time. I think that they're okay, we're here to turn this thing around. And not saying that Garver and Calhoun and John Gray and all those guys aren't viewing it that way, but I feel like they just kind of have this different a different kind of like aura about them to where it's going to take some time to kind of, break down those walls. If in fact I can hopefully, do that, but super, like nice, chill, respectful.
Good.
It's not like it's just they're there to do a job.
Exactly. So, which is good. Yeah. That's what it all comes down to in the end.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, good. Well, I'm excited to watch. So we have opening day on the road Friday, and then the home opener next week. Should be fun at the ballpark, right?
I can't wait. It's going to be awesome. Well, and I'm excited about playing it in Toronto to open the season because, they haven't had full capacity. Oh. And I have a feeling that place is going to be ridiculous.
It is. Yeah, those people are all like ridiculous. Just ready to get out. And yeah. Oh,
yeah. Okay, Stars.
Yeah, so the Stars, they keep managing wins. Like and they're playing really well. They so they just got back from that long road trip where they were gone for 8 days, 4 games. Anyway, 4 games. The last one was in Seattle. And that one they lost, but then they came home and pulled out a win over the Islanders. And so that win the other night got them back in a playoff spot. So I feel like every season, outside of a couple, as of late, it's been the Stars like fighting for that second wild card spot and being right on the cusp to where we don't usually know until late into the season if the Stars are going to make the playoffs or not, which is fine. I think that's what Rick Bowness said, at the break when things really weren't looking good. He said, this month of March is going to be intense. We're going to be on the road for all but, 4 home games. I just want to have our team fighting for a playoff spot still by the end of March. And that's what they were able to do. So we're getting into April now. And now they are basically playing, I think, what feels like in pretty much every other day, like for the rest of this month, but it is a lot more home heavy. So it's a really good opportunity for them to get back in front of their fans and really kind of feel that maybe boost from home ice that they need to ride into the playoffs. And hopefully maybe they can figure it out. Like if they can go on another run, then it won't be up until the last few games. So we'll see what happens. I'm excited that they're still fighting for it. I'm excited that they're home. It's still going to be really busy for us and our family and everything else, but that's fine. If they're winning, like it just makes it all that much better because you have to go through the schedule one way or another and it just drags and it's terrible if the team's losing and everybody's grumpy. So I was real proud of them because they had that terrible travel day coming back from Seattle, and they were supposed to land at 4. They, instead of traveling home after the game, which would have brought them home at like 3 a.m. or something, they stayed the night so they could have an easy travel day the next day. And that didn't happen. It was like all kinds of weird plane stuff. And then they needed new pilots that they had to fly in. So the guys were like sitting there at the airport waiting. And then they got word, okay, the plane, we actually had to get a new plane. And these pilots don't know how to fly it or whatever it was. It was like just craziness. So they had to wait that out. And then they finally left and they were due to land at like midnight. And then the big storm in Dallas kept them flying around for about an hour, circling until they could land in Dallas. So they didn't land until 1:00. Then they had a home game that night. They just canceled morning skate, went in that afternoon and went in for the game and were able to win. Tyler had a goal in that game. And that was a big win for them. So we'll see how everything goes here the next little bit, but they are in a playoff spot and it's going to be a fun playoff race with Vegas and with Nashville. So stay tuned. 40, 25, and 4 at this point in the season.
Yeah, and games in hand, which I know is a big deal.
Yep.
In hockey, to have those games in hand, and big that they're at home, like you said.
Yeah.
So they're fun. I mean, they're fun between the Stars and the Mavs. Like Stars are keeping it interesting, and Mavs are definitely in the playoffs, playing for positioning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
And Masters is coming up.
The Masters is coming up. Mavs 49-30 heading into Wednesday's game in Detroit. And I think what I'm excited about with the Mavs is like this Jason Kidd experiment is like kind of working. Like this is his first season. And I was skeptical, especially hearing about, the way he treated players in the past and even guys like Giannis that maybe didn't get along with him well. So I'm just excited to see like this team and Luka really seem to be rallying around him. And I'm excited that they are playing so well defensively, because I heard him say something the other day. It was like, you can always get out there and make your shots and you'll have a decent amount of fun as a team if you're making shots and you're playing well offensively, but it's the teams that really figure it out defensively that can win a championship. And the fact that this team is figuring it out and is having fun playing defense and that they're excited about it and getting back quickly, making stops, that kind of thing. Like that just has me, the full team vibe that you get from this team. I'm having all kinds of shades of like, 2011, like kind of not like they're going to do that, but just the good vibes, I feel like are back around the Mavs. I think Luke is having fun, maybe a little bit of the pressure's off him for one reason or another. So I am super pumped for them.
Yeah. And it seems like they're built for the playoffs. Like this is a sustainable thing. Like you said, it's not fluky. It's not streaky. When you have that defensive element, and you can be consistent with it, it makes you extremely, extremely dangerous.
So they're looking at like a 3-seed or a 4-seed, which is fun.
Yeah. Okay. I alluded to it a little bit earlier, but I want to do it on what's on your feed.
Yes.
Quickly to you by.
Wait, quickly what? Masters though, because you did mention it.
No, that's the feed.
Oh, I didn't know that was the feed. Okay, let's keep going.
Yes, this is very strategic. Okay, so what's on your feed brought to you by our friends at Bottle Rover. Bottle Rover is an alcohol delivery platform. Free delivery on any order over $50. You can shop nearby stores, so you're still supporting local and you're supporting local Bottle Rover because they're based out of DFW. Search anywhere, browse your favorite beer, wine, or spirits from any mobile device, anywhere, delivered to your door, or you can pick it up, schedule that pickup, and pick it up yourself.
Yep.
Like I said, Dallas-based company that has nationwide coverage. You can find a store near you. Just go to bottlerover.com or download the app, available on iOS or Android. Get the party started with Bottle Rover.
Bottle Rover. You know what you could do with Bottle Rover, Emily? From Toronto, you could order some booze for Mike or a friend that's helping out your kids and have it delivered to their doorstep. That's a fun trick where they're not expecting it, right? The other day,
I did Tiff's Treats. I could do booze for Mike.
You could do booze for sure.
Or we could order, what we should order?
What?
Noble Vines.
We should order Noble Vines. Because Emily, we love Noble Vines for a lot of reasons, but especially because they aim to bring out the best in wine and in people. They don't just make a wonderful wine. They're wonderful people and they want to give back. How many wines can you say really focus on giving back? It's pretty awesome. And of course, with Easter just around the corner, now is the time to get those Noble Vines wine orders in via Bottle Rover. Yes, if you want, or you could just hop over to your nearest liquor store, grocery store, and find it. Numbers don't lie, neither does their legacy. That's why each number on their bottle, I've always kind of wondered about this. I think you've asked me about this. Each number on their bottle represents a superior vine stock that over centuries has been proven to produce exceptional wine. So that's what those numbers mean. The 337 Cabernet Sauvignon, with its rich, full-bodied style, aromas of cherry and blackberry and suave tannins, invite you to share something meaningful and pour some good back into the world, because like I said, Noble Vines has a deep-rooted desire for good. And one thing that they're doing now, which is different, is they're a proud supporter of No Kid Hungry. No Kid Hungry is working to end child hunger in America by ensuring that all children get the healthy food that they need every day to thrive. If you want to go check out more about that, about No Kid Hungry, it's www.nokidhungry.org. Also, speaking of golf, Noble Vines is the official wine partner for the Charles Schwab Challenge at Colonial Country Club in Fort Worth. That's May 26th through May 29th. That's one that I still want to go to, Emily. But make sure that you can get yourself a bottle of to enjoy the 337 Cabernet Sauvignon, the 446 Chardonnay, 667 Pinot Noir, and the new Marquis Red Blend. You can enjoy it at home, at your favorite restaurant or bar, or at that golf tournament. Of course, you must be 21 or over. Noble Vines, please drink responsibly. Go check them out, noblevines.com. We love them. That's my go-to wine. And everybody I introduce it to loves it. And it's easy to find. So go find you some Noble Vines.
Yeah. And Julie, I can hook you up. If you want to go to Colonial, I will not be in town, but that's my home course.
I know it is.
Course, and I can definitely hook you up with tickets.
I'd love to be hooked up.
If you find a day, you can go.
I think my hubby would love to be hooked up too. That'd be fun.
Yeah. If y'all have a day, you can go. I would love to slide you some tips.
Thanks. Love it. We've had a lot of fun staycationing in Fort Worth.
Yeah,
doing it.
Fort Worth is awesome.
Fort Worth is awesome.
It really is. It's cool. You know what? I want to reach out to that whole new area down there. And we'll get to the Masters in a second.
Yeah.
The Mule Valley. Mm-hmm. Like the Hotel Drover and all that. Like it's super down in the stockyards. It's great.
Holler at
reach out to them.
Yeah.
See if we can do a remote show or something out there.
That would be awesome. Or a remote show in a social gathering.
Yeah.
Love it.
Party. Okay, so Masters, what's on your feed? Feed blowing up with Tiger. Is Tiger playing? Tiger's playing. Tiger's been spotted. Tiger says he's playing. Tiger thinks he can win. And you know what? I am here for every single ounce of it. Mm-hmm. Give me all the Tiger news, updates. Give me Tiger on the weekend. Give me Tiger in contention. Give me all the Tiger. All of it.
You love you some Tiger? Do you love some Tiger, or do you love the storyline about Tiger, or all of it?
I love the story. I love the story. I mean, I've always, he's a fascinating character, obviously. I mean, he's, one of the best players to ever play the game. I mean, just his whole, everything, his story from start to finish. Not finished yet, but I mean, it's just, he makes everything so much better. And, my brother-in-law played on the PGA Tour for a very long time. And, he played in the Tiger era, which means, I mean, he won, I think JJ won a couple of tournaments, and he had a great career, made cuts, whatever, but it's not like he was a huge name. He played in the Ryder Cup one year, but anyway, he was a very, consistent golfer on the PGA Tour.
That's pretty big to play in the Ryder Cup. Yeah.
It's huge. And, but he'll say this all the time. Like his career was so much better financially because of one thing and one thing only, and it's Tiger.
Isn't that crazy?
Everything went up. The TV money went up. The purses went up. Everything, because Tiger completely revolutionized the sport from a financial standpoint, from a million different standpoints. But like, if you talk to any golfer that was on the tour in the last 20 years. They'll tell you, that everything changed when Tiger came on the scene and all that kind of stuff. And I just think he's fascinating. I think just like a lot of people, you love this kind of like comeback story. And it's
my gosh. And he's already had the comeback story. Like this is another comeback story.
You build him up and then knock him down and then build him up again and then knock him down again. And then now we're building him back up. And I don't know what's wrong with us as humans that we do that. And I don't think I ever like knocked him down or whatever, but I don't know why we're so
because it's hard to believe that someone is like a perfect human and that they're that good at sports and have the beautiful wife and the beautiful family. And why did they get all of this? And the rest of us are just schmucks. And then when that person has something happen to him, you're kind of like, ooh, now we're like on the same level. Like I've drank before and crashed my car,
I fell asleep at a stoplight once. I mean,
yeah, like that's totally something that I can relate to. And like, oh my gosh, okay, well, let's see. Like, can he come back from this? Can he rise up? Because I want to rise up too. And people see themselves in him in the comeback story maybe. And it's just good drama. And drama is good ratings and it gets the eyes and the ears on him and on the sport. So, I mean, yeah, it's crazy.
That's why, Julie, I share my degenerate gambling.
There you go.
Gold Mercedes story.
You're basically Tiger Woods.
I want people to feel better about it.
This is Emily's, well, I guess you've already had your comeback season.
Yeah. Let's just hope I don't go back down there. Let's just hope I don't.
I don't know. I was a little worried about it last night.
when we were texting on the plane, and I thought I was going into the black hole.
Yes, yes. I'm glad you got out of that black hole.
We should screenshot that text and share it with people.
We should. It was funny.
I've already deleted it, of course.
Of course you have. I haven't, and I never will. I will die with that text on my phone, so I'm happy to screenshot it for you. But no, that the day that Tiger got in the car wreck, I was doing tickers. And I was like following that story, like the second, just like kind of in shock. And then you're refreshing to see if it's actually true. And is this a legit outlet that's reporting this? And it like came from the Golf Channel, I think, like one of the first ones. But at that point, it was like nobody thought. I mean, first you're wondering if Tiger was going to live. Like you heard about this terrible car crash that he got in, like terrible rollover, like just at a high speed. And it just sounded terrible, and it was like shocking, and people almost were like, is this like, you had like the same vibes and feels as like the Kobe, you're like, oh my God, is this one of the greatest athletes of all time that is going to have something terrible and tragic happen to him? Thankfully, he obviously made it through. And then it's like, okay, is he going to play? And at that point, it seemed like such a long shot. And I can't believe that we're here with the Masters, coming this week. And Tiger looks like he's going to go. Like he looks like he's going to play. It sounds like the hardest part is going to be walking the course, which is a hard course to walk. But when it comes to his actual golfing, like he's looking good. He says he's feeling good. And I think he's like playing up the drama just a bit because he's Tiger.
And I think too, what his, ebbs and flows and ups and downs have shown us or have revealed about him is that they've made him so much more human. Mm-hmm. I think for so long he was this like, wear red on Sundays and I'm, focused beyond belief and I am a golf machine. Yes. And,
where no one can really relate.
And I heard him doing an interview and talking about like how well received he's like, how it's been being back out on the course with the guys, like, and how, warmly he's been received and how much those texts and phone calls and FaceTimes meant to him after the accident. And so I think where there was maybe a time, and it's not like I'm some freaking golf expert, but like, it seems like there was a time on the tour where it was like, it was Tiger and like, you didn't mess with him and you just left him alone.
Oh, 100%.
Golf machine.
People didn't know like how to even handle him.
Right. And then now it's like, he's this dude that his competitors actually, like, and not just, respect and revere, but also like, dig him. Like they think he's they're rooting for him, Julie.
Yes.
I think they're, they want him to be a player. They want him to be in the mix. They want him to be playing on the weekend. And I think that a lot of guys before where they really didn't know him that well, genuinely like him, Oh, and I think it's cool. If he's playing on the weekend, I'm keeping an eye on it. And if he's in contention, you bet your ass I'm rooting for him,
I know. It's like weekends this month are so busy, I feel like, with activities and stuff and Easter and kid stuff. And obviously you're traveling, but I'm like, got to carve out a way to be able to watch this weekend. And like you said, if he is in contention on Sunday, people are going to be flipping their ass. I know. Yes, it will.
Flying home from Toronto, but that's all right. Okay,
go Tiger.
Go Tiger. Go Tiger. And then finally we've got, sorry, my computer's shaking.
We have the news desk,
Yeah. Pull back the curtain. I'm like operating with my laptop on a turned over trash can. Okay. So let's wrap up today.
It's better than the,
actually we've got a special guest with a special day that's coming up. But first let's do TMG news desk.
We do.
Brought to you by Baylor, Scott, and White.
Yes, our friends at Baylor, Scott, and White. And this is very topical right now because did you know yesterday I was trying to play tennis and I felt like I was 90 years old because of the heat and the humidity. Like it almost hit 90 on Tuesday of this week and it is hot. Summer is coming. I feel like it's going to just all of a sudden be here and we're all going to be dying. But one of the things about summer is sunscreen and protecting yourself, making sure that you understand your risk of skin cancer before summer. So you're, like I said, it's coming quickly. So right now is the time to think about it a little bit more. Over 1 in a million people are diagnosed with cancer every year. You can be one less to struggle with skin cancer when you get a screening So easy to do, so important. The Baylor Scott and White teams, speaking of Fort Worth, will be at the Main Street Arts Festival in downtown Fort Worth, helping people better understand the right sunscreens to use, their skin cancer risk factors, and they will also be signing people up to receive a free skin cancer screening. So you should go out there, check out the Main Street Arts Festival in downtown Fort Worth, look for the Baylor Scott and White folks, and even if you don't go out there, you can still sign up to get a free skin cancer screening. You can sign up early to schedule that screening at the Joan Katz Cancer Resource Center at Baylor Scott and White, Fort Worth. And if you aren't feeling like doing it in person, just go to bswhealth.com/artsfest and you can sign up to get your free skin cancer screening. That's something that I should probably do. I always worry about my face because it's like right above my sunglasses where it's dark and where I get the most sun, and then right underneath right here, like right under my sunglasses, and then right where I don't think about, that's right where I don't think about putting sunscreen on.
Yeah. And I've started wearing sunscreen, even if it's like I just put it on first thing in the morning.
That's good. You do.
As a moisturizer. It's not like it's a moisturizer sunscreen, but it has SPF.
Yeah. So, that's nice.
Yeah, I wish I would have I wish I would have taken better care of my skin when I was younger. But what can you do? Not much. Okay, so on TMG News Desk today, I wanted to talk about, so we're starting to learn a little bit, Julie, you and I, about crypto.
We are.
So, and I sent you today, the Rangers
Okay, yeah, I was thinking this would be good news desk material.
That they have a sponsorship with a company and they're going to be paid completely in cryptocurrency. And it's kind of like, it's kind of blowing my mind that like, I think that this whole crypto thing.
It's blowing my mind
world.
Too. Kelly and I were just talking about it this morning, watching a documentary. So the Rangers are the first Major League Baseball team, is this right? Accepting Bitcoin and ETH, is that Ethereum, I'm guessing?
Ethereum,
as payment for a partnership. I wonder, will they be accepting it like in the ballpark? Like
I don't know.
To buy food?
So this is
maybe this is the start to that. Yeah.
Cryptocurrency is. I'm trying to learn about it. It seems extremely overwhelming,
isn't it?
But I feel like it's like I remember when I was on with our friends Ben and Skin when they were on the ticket, and this was years ago. And I remember they asked me. It was when Twitter was brand new, and I remember them being like, they did like a quick hit game. They're like, okay, thoughts about Twitter, and I'm like, totally a fad. It'll be gone in like a year. Not even getting on that train, you know? And I kind of feel like I'm like in denial a little bit about same way with like, think about the internet. Like, Julie, the internet was invented since we've been alive.
Isn't that crazy?
Been like, you know, not like babies, like since we were,
I was in college when Facebook started.
Okay. And I mean, just like the internet period. And and this whole crypto thing sounds so far-fetched.
But it's here. I'm like, we got to embrace it. It is. It's like people felt that way about the internet, and now I can't imagine a world without internet.
I know. And the more I kind of try to educate myself on it, the more sense it does make to me. And also it's like, I don't know, it's just very overwhelming. It's like, oh my gosh, what are we doing? Because I'm still a girl who like carries around the cash, and I'll get my cash out for the week.
And then I'm real proud of myself when I use cash. Like when when someone charges me like $5.57 for something, and I'm like, oh, I got that. It like makes my day. And then I'm like, I show Ryder like how I paid for this with cash, and I'm all proud of myself. But it doesn't happen very often anymore.
Right. Well, and there's places now where you can't, they're like, take your cash somewhere else.
Well, and then like COVID tried to kill cash too.
Yeah.
It was like, you don't know what's on that dollar bill. It could be COVID. So everyone had to use their cards all of a sudden. So it's like, it was just kind of a natural way to ease into this like only digital money thing that we're talking about, and having all of our dollars live on the blockchain, Emily.
I know, blockchain. And it is. I mean, like, it's very overwhelming to think about, but it's also super like intriguing to try to learn about something new. And so I'm trying. I don't fully grasp it all, but I will say the more that I watched that. Did you watch that Cryptopia?
I've started it. Yeah.
Okay. So I watched the Cryptopia documentary, and some stuff like started to click. Like, okay, that makes sense.
Yes.
that makes sense. And then other things I was like, but what the fuck was a blockchain? Like, oh my God, like, and then how are we going to run out of blockchain? Are we,
I think that's the deal. It's like it can go live, it
right,
can go forever into perpetuity.
It's almost like it's consumer controlled stuff, financial stuff.
Yeah. Well, and what's cool about it, and like the part that I think freaks a lot of people out, like big government, is that you're taking government out of it. Like you have control. You don't have to go to the bank. The credit card companies don't get to take one of the things
3%.
that's 3%. Yeah. Because all they're doing is moving money from one place to another. Why do they take money from you and why do they charge fees? Like,
well, and that's what they were saying. Like you talk about like banks, like making a deposit, right? So I tried to deposit a check on Friday. Well, it didn't show up in my account until, Monday afternoon.
And we know that they can do it faster than that.
That's what I'm saying. And they're like, now tell me this, you can send a picture to someone across the world.
Yeah.
And they can get it in 10 seconds. But you're telling me we haven't figured out how we can have a deposit show up in our account or a deposit clear until the next business day.
Yeah. Or like a card go through from or a charge go through from your credit card. It takes like 2 days or something. It's like, why? Because there's all these little minions out there that are trying to figure out who gets what part of the 3% and where your money goes. And it's not you, so that kind of part, that part of the whole crypto thing, I can really get behind. We work hard for our money. I don't need to give it to those minions.
Yeah. So stick with us for all your latest crypto news.
Yeah. How about that? Well,
we're learning.
We're learning. And so it's pretty big that the Rangers are in on it too now and taking a full on partnership sponsorship deal with Trade the Chain. So Trade the Chain, it sounds like, is cool. It's like they're trying to make cryptocurrency accessible to anyone, regardless of skill level, background, location, or experience. So the people like us, or even less informed than us, if that exists. This sounds like this is a company that's trying to like translate all of this for everybody. So then you're getting even more people in on it, which then helps the whole crypto monster grow even bigger. So that's pretty cool with the Texas Rangers. Yeah.
Stay tuned to the Mom Game for more breaking crypto news.
There you go. We can be your crypto experts. Not.
Let's
not.
Okay. So before we go, we've got a special guest who's here to tell us about a very special day that's coming up.
Yes, Emily, before we go here on the Mom Game, we have some very big news. This is big news in my household, I know for sure, because we have a holiday coming up. On April 11th, it is National Ranch Water Day. And in order to first learn a little bit more about it and begin to celebrate it, we have a very special guest. This is Amelia Lettieri. Amelia, hi.
Hi, thanks so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Yes, of course.
Really, I feel like this holiday was built specifically for you.
It really was. It really was. Amelia, what are we going to do to celebrate? This is such a big deal. I guess, first of all, just tell us a little bit about you and your company and how this all came to be.
Yeah, so I own Ranch 2O Spirits, and we are a liquor-based canned cocktail business based in Dallas. We hit the market in Texas for 4 of our RTDs, which are ready-to-drink canned cocktails, in October of 2020, and since then have just been rocking and rolling. My family's from West Texas, kind of the home of the ranch water. And
wait, stop right there. Where in West Texas? I'm a Plainview girl.
Do you know where Wink is?
Okay, I've heard of it, but tell me specifically.
Outside of Kermit, outside of Odessa. So if you kind of go.
Okay,
those are the cutest names ever.
Okay, I love it. I didn't know you're a West Texas girl. I will
I'm from Dallas, born and raised, but my family's from West Texas. And so we've just been drinking ranch waters since before I should have been. And I thought everybody knew what they were. And in early 2019, we kind of noticed, wait, people are talking about this. My husband was like, you think there'd be a pre-made ranch water like Bethany Frankel's Skinny Girl Margarita? And no, there wasn't at the time. And so we just, we made a ranch water, and it is an authentic ranch water with a Blanco tequila, just how I've grown up making it. And then last year on National Margarita Day, my husband just said out loud, you think he said, I wonder when National Ranch Water Day is. And I did a quick Google search and I was like, there's not a national holiday for this. And he was like, go right now. And so we had to like go through this process of submitting to a committee to make this a national day.
Oh.
But thank God the committee recognized the need for this day.
They like ranch water too. They're like, heck yeah.
Yes, exactly. So it's on April 11th every year, which kind of a fun fact, it's on my birthday.
Oh.
Because it turns out when you make a holiday, you can pick any day you want. So.
Oh, how fun. Oh my gosh. So you founded National Ranch Water Day. That is so cool.
Yes. That's my
You
one
are
contribution
officially,
to this life.
you are Julie's a hero at this point. I don't know how we're ever going to
I do celebrate National Ranch Water Day every day, usually about like 5 o'clock. But I'm happy to know that there's an official National Ranch Water Day, and I definitely plan to plan accordingly. And Amelia, you're a mom too. Like you did all of this with a bunch of little kids running around, right?
All the more reason to start a liquor company. Yeah, I have 3 kids that are 7, 5, and 3. So it's very wacky in my house. There's a lot of damaged things and a lot of drinking that has to happen to make up for that.
I love it.
So how has your product been received, and where can we find it?
Well, how has it been received? Texas Monthly did a review of all of the ranch waters in a can back in August, and they voted us the gold medal winner.
Oh my gosh.
So that's been a huge feather in our cap, and you can find it we're in 5 states currently: Texas, New Mexico, Oklahoma, Colorado, and Tennessee. And in most of those states, you can only buy us at liquor stores because we use real tequila in our ranch water. In New Mexico, they actually allow liquor to be sold in grocery stores. So you can buy it at Albertsons in New Mexico. And we're about to launch in California and Illinois at the end of this month.
I love it. What I love about it is that it's so simple because like we talk about being a busy mom, when you do need that drink, and ranch water is my drink of choice, it's like, I got to get this out, I got to get that out, I got to pour it, now do I have my limes and everything else? And with yours, it's easy. You just go to the fridge, you grab your ranch water in a can, and it tastes delicious.
Oh, I mean, like if the kids are in the front yard, I don't have time to make a drink. I got to run in really fast and grab it out of the fridge. Like that's really what it's for.
Exactly. And I saw on your website, like you've got it with the tahini on top too, because tahini's like my favorite thing right now, rimming the glass of my ranch water. So you can still do that with your can. I'm just like super excited about this whole thing about National Ranch Water Day, about meeting you and about continuing to work with you here on the Mom Game.
Yeah, thanks so much. This has been fun. I want to like hang out. Can I quit my day job and hang out?
Come on, come hang out with us.
I was just about to say we're going to need to delve deeper into this whole thing. So this partnership is definitely not just a 1 episode thing. We've got a bunch of layers to peel back here. We love talking to moms who have taken that entrepreneurial role, and I think you've got a great story to tell, and we're looking forward to being able to do that.
Yeah, it's very weird and exciting all at the same time.
Yeah,
a labor of love, right? A labor of love.
Yes,
for sure, and one that you can reap the benefits from as well.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Awesome.
Well,
love
Amelia,
it so
we
much.
Appreciate you so much for being with us. Happy National Ranch Water Day on April 11th. Congrats on your success. We look forward to working with you in the future. And we have to end the show.
Yeah, you're one of us now. You get to do the sign off.
Send out. You throw up the peace signs and say Mom Game Out on the count of 3. You ready?
Yes.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Mom Game Out.